Hi everybody, Steven here. Welcome back to my channel. So yes, going to be making some tags today, kind of like an assembly line maybe. But I want to kind of stock up on tags so I can alter them, embellish them, distress them, ink them, do whatever to them. So I'm going to be die cutting and punching some tags today, a mixture of both. So I've got some different kinds of paper that I'm going to be using. So the first thing is going to be this craft cardstock. And I want to get two punches out of the first one. These are just cut into 6x6s. So I wasn't really sure what to cut these down to. They were 8.5 by 11s. So I just cut them down to not 6x6, excuse me. 6 by 5.5. So yeah, I think it's 6 by 5.5. Let me double check. Measure it on my thingy there. 5.5 by 6. Yeah. So they'll measure 6 inches long and then 2.5 inches wide. Because I want to use this punch has 3 different tag sizes and kind of 3 different designs, and I want to go for the biggest one. I want bigger tags for the most part, so I have the most surface area to work on. So yeah, let's cut this down, get my guillotine trimmer down here. Cut this down to 2.5 inch strips. That'll be 6 inches long. There's one. And the other. Get my tag punch. This also chops a little bit off the top too, you'll see. This thing's pretty cool actually. I believe I got it at, it was either Hobby Lobby or Michael's. And it gives kind of a scalloped with a sharp edge there, and it punches out the hole, and then it slightly, I don't know if you can see that, um, kind of slightly embosses around the hole, which is pretty neat. So there's one. Feed it in there. And two. Now I've got two cool craft cardstock tags I can work with. Now the next two out of here I want to die cut. And I'm not sure if I'll be able to get two out of here or not. Looks like I'll only be able to get one. That's a bummer, because this tag's pretty big, as you can see. But I want big tags, so I may only be able to get one out of here. I may have cut this poorly. It's 3 inches wide, and this is 6 inches wide. I should be able to get it if I cut it in half. So here's hoping. I just got to be pretty exact with cutting this in half. We shall see. That one will just barely work, I think. Hmm. Yeah, I may have messed up actually. My measurements. Yeah, it's just not quite tall enough. It's wide enough, but it's not tall enough. So that'll be saved for later, and I will just have to remember that. So I'm not going to be able to do that out of the craft tags. That's a bummer. But I still have these scalloped ones, which is fine. I'm just going to have to remember that for these. So I have this. I bought this from Michael's, and I got it on a good deal. I got 100 sheets of 110 pound of this cream colored cardstock. So really good solid cardstock for cream colored, perfect for tags. So I want to make a bunch of these. I'll be able to get one. This measures 11. This measures 3. I'll be able to get 3 of these. So I'll be able to get 6 of these. And then 11, 2.5, and a good number of the punch tags out of here. So 11 divided by 2.5 is just under 5, so 4. That's a lot of die cutting and punching. But that's okay. So let's get to it. Let's do the punching first. So cut it into 2.5-inch strips. Because it's 6 inches, I want them, the punched ones, I want 6 inches tall. And I cut them to 6 inches tall. Oh, sorry about that. That's one thing I dislike about using the guillotine trimmer. Knocking the poor camera stand around, as usual. And one more. Now, like an assembly line, bring out the punch. Bring out the punch. Let's celebrate with the punch. Oof. Takes a bit of force to punch these things out. these are making some nice tags. I'll have plenty of media with which to work on. So there's 4 so far. I think what I'll do is, yeah, I'll do one more. So cut these into 2.5-inch strips again. And one more. That out of the way, get the punch back out. Cool. And just like that, 4 more tags. Craft, I don't like working on as much, I've noticed, because it's recycled paper. It's so incredibly porous. It takes ink and it just sucks it right in, like it's a dry desert and there's moisture in the air. So yeah, it when I spray it with ink, even if I spray it with water first, it just sucks it right in, and it doesn't show up as much. So depending on what colors you use, they don't show quite as much, or the brown shows through a lot and it tints it quite a bit. The yellow will tint it a little bit too, but not quite as much. I tend to go for a more distressed vintage look anyways. So things like distress oxide walnut brown and vintage photo, and hickory smoke and gathered twigs look really good on the craft, and they look good on this as well. So I think they do anyways. Just my humble opinion. Look at that, all lined up. So now it's time for some die cutting, but we need to cut these out first into just over 3-inch strips. Slow your roll, Stephen. Just leave enough room to play with here. Cut it into what would be 3.5. 3.5 and 3.5 is 7, plus 3.5 is 10.5. 11. Yeah, that works. I'll cut them into 3.5-inch strips. Just to be on the safe side. And do the same for this one. Okay. Now for the die cutting machine. To adjust a couple of things here, move that over there a bit. Ooh, my band-aid's coming off. I nicked my knuckle on something. Like that. Oops. So I clonked the stand yet again. Get some of this low-tech tape. Hold it in place. Cover plate. Roll it on through. Making pasta. This process is going to be just a little slower. But I love these tags too. The whole detail along the border is pretty cool, I think. This low-tack tape is taking off some of the cardstock, but that's okay. Little circles going everywhere. Well, that could take a while. Well, I will do that later off camera and not spend 5 years poking out every single hole. There's one. I'm going to de-tackify this tape a little more. The oils on my fingers. Okay. Bring the machine back over, line it up. You need to poke that hole out. There. And run it through. Poke that out. Just give it a quick once over. That's just going to take a while. I mean, it looks cool, but it is a pain. I will do that at a later time. Okay, next one. Wash, rinse, and repeat. Where did I put the dye? There it is. I'm going to check the pad, see if it's warped in any direction. It's not. The cover plate on. Give it a quick once over. Get any immediately loose ones. take care of the rest later. And you get the general idea. Check the bottom plate, looks good. Position the die. Top plate. Into the machine it goes. Poke that out. Give it a quick once over. Got a few of them. Do the rest later. Definitely feels like an assembly line now. I'll be doing a pattern paper next, so it'll be a little more visually interesting at least. So there's only 2 more of these left to go. So position the die, get the tape. Top plate. Make some pasta. Get rid of that. Push the die out. Poke that out. Because this is such thick cardstock, the die had a difficult time cutting through these holes, which is why the die brush isn't doing a whole lot. I actually got to use the pokey thing to get them out. That and the holes are really small. There. Uno mas. Uno mas. The top plate on. All right, it's the last one of the cream cardstock. Bends the die too. That's okay, just to quickly bend it back into place. No worries there. And give it a quick once over. Yeah, that's kind of getting them out. Yeah, all right. Actually got quite a few of them out. Huh. Interesting. Shake that off into my recycle bag. Okay. Move the die cutting machine out of the way for a second. So next, I have some Tim Holtz backdrops. This really awesome. That's what it looks like on the flip side. It's on the thinner side, but that's okay. I can use both sides, and I can decorate these up. These are just perfect backdrops. So what I would like to do, they're 10 by 6. I'd like to get one of each out of these. So like that. Yep. That means I need the guillotine trimmer. I can actually get, let's see, 2.5 and 2.5 is 5, plus 3 is 8. Yeah, I can get 2 punched ones and 1, yeah. 2 punched ones is 2.5, 2.5 is 5, plus 3.5 is 8.5. Yep. That I will save because it's just too awesome not to. Then do the same for this one. And it's a shame I can't get it like that. Gonna have to be this way, which is fine. There's 1, 2.5. Another 2.5. And a 3.5. Save that piece. Now first, we will do the punches. So that is the top. Very cool. And then there's the back, front and back. And that be the bottom. That's what that one looks like. Okay. So need to trim this one a little bit. It's slightly off. I was off in the punch. Just a little bit. Perfect. Bring back the die cutter. Let's do this one first. the low-tack tape on. Top plate. And in it goes. Yeah, those holes just pop right out. Pokey that out. Give it a quick once over, because again, I can go over this later. A lot of them already came out. There, it's another cool tag. Now let's get the other one. Like that. Put the low-tack tape on. And through it goes. All right. Okay. Gonna give it a quick once over. Got a pretty good amount out actually. And there's that one. And the other side. Okay. There's my backdrops. Pretty cool. Nice big tags. I've got a nice stack of tags. Should last me a while. Okay, next. We got some Halloween cardstock from some Halloween paper packs I picked up at Michael's. 70 pounds, so not too bad. It's only one-sided, but that's okay. I'm only going to be able to get, let's see. I should have thought this out better when I made my cuts, but I don't think I can get 2 die cuts. And that's okay. I only want one die cut out of each, and then I'll just have a piece of scrap, because I'd have to cut this like perfectly in half, because this is exactly 3 inches wide. So I'll do 2 punches and 1 die cut out of each of these designs. That means the guillotine trimmer. Actually, do I even want that many? Yeah, I do. 2.5. Two and a half. Save that. Followed by 3.5. Actually, I can get an extra punch if I do it like that. So that's what I'll do. So 2.5, 2.5. This designer paper is so cool, this Halloween paper. I mean, I think it's cool. Bunch of stuff in jars. Because 3.5 and 2.5 makes 6. Duh, Steven. Yep. Okay. Start out with the punches first. That's obviously the top. Not sure what I'm going to do with all these Halloween punches, but they don't necessarily just have to be for Halloween. They're just cool all year round, I think. And then these, the skulls with the purple flowers and the green floral background, so cool. I think it's cool, again. Okie dokie. Again, got a nice stack of Halloweeny and otherwise tags. Very awesome. Now die cut these two for some variety. About like that should do it. Top plate on there. Push that out of the die. Straighten the die back up. Get a quick once over. Good portion already came out. There's that one. And now for the other one. How about like that? That's cool. The top plate on there. Toss that in the recycling. Okay. Poke the hole out of that. Go over it really quick. Awesome. Turn that off. Okay, so that is it for the die cutting portion. Last but not least, want to make a couple of tags out of this vintage cardstock. This came from a paper pack I got from Hobby Lobby, actually. But I thought it was really cool and would make good backdrops. But it's pretty thin, so anyways, you'll see what I want to do. And I got enough to do 3. So let's measure this. Yep. So we'll do 1, 2, and then a third one out of that. That's cool. I want that. Wait, let's make sure this is 6 inches. It is, in fact, 6 inches. Two and a half. Two and a half. Keep that. And then one more. I want that. Two and a half. And keep that. So next, that is 6 as well. There's 1. Two. That is 6 as well. There we go. Keep that one, and not that one. Okay, now some punching. Again, like an assembly line. Ooh, that's some craft heavy stock. There. Let's see, grab a little brush. Brush up all these little bits here. Okay, now for the final part, I'm going to glue these together. Get a baby wipe going here. Got some good old Mod Podge. Oh, the little one is not having a good time outside. Okay. Oop. It's not exact, but it doesn't have to be. Without any air bubbles. Okay. Got a couple of books. Boom. Another baby wipe so it doesn't turn into glue boogers. There. There's one. Some Mod Podge on this one. Using a brush more so I can control how much Mod Podge. I don't want a super thick coat on here. Just enough to hold the two punched out pieces together. So smooth it out. red air bubbles. Now they're also double-sided. Into the book it goes. Between the books, I should say. Boom. Clean up the glue. And that leaves one left. Grab some Mod Podge. There. Move that. The paper towel. Smooth it down. And there's that one. In between the books it goes. And we'll wipe off the mat. Cool. The lid back on the Mod Podge. And that's it. So I got a big old, look at that stack of tags. My goodness golly. So look at all these tags I have. Some still need the holes punched out of them, but I can do that as I go as well. So got a bunch of really cool tags. Some really excellent blank cream colored cardstock tags. And a bunch of these lovely scalloped topped tags. Whole bunch of these. And a couple of craft ones, because I didn't plan that out well enough. And then these vintage tags that were a little too thin, and so I backed them and Mod Podged them together like that. And I'll put those back under the book so they can nice and flatten. And that is it for this video. Thank you so much for joining me and watching today. Much, much, much appreciated. If you like what you see, please consider giving a like and subscribing. And if not, that's totally okay too. And I will see everybody soon in the next video. Bye.